Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new episode of The Road to Glory here on FIFA 19. Today is episode number 141 and we will be continuing on in our weekend league journey. Now if you do enjoy, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button. Keep doing what you've been doing because genuinely we've been having one of the best weeks on the Road to Glory so far. You guys are smashing the love. I thank you so much for that. And it's just all been going great, whether it's like the packs that we've been getting or the support that you've been showing. It's awesome and it's really motivating me to carry on with this series and stuff. So thank you so much. If you check down below in the description, you'll find my Twitter, my Instagram. Both of those have been going crazy lately. Again, thank you. And I do still have that giveaway going, so I'll actually draw that one tonight. So if you want to come follow me on Twitter and retweet one of the tweets or whatever, then yes, I will be still doing that up until this evening, so you've still got a little bit of a chance to win some FIFA points. So we go on into our first game of the weekend league in this episode. Can't exactly remember where we are. I think we might be at 5 wins. Are we 5-2 right now? I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure we are, but basically I go 1-0 up and then I realise what this guy is doing is the heading meta, because he runs down and whips it in for Bale, and obviously it's been known to be very effective. Bale cuts back inside, plays it in, Ibra heads that one home, and I find myself 2-1 down. He scored 2 goals within 4 FIFA minutes, so I was like, oh, okay, I need to watch him out wide and not let him score one of those again. But basically I get a kickoff goal. I actually score a finesse that isn't timed from outside of the box with Socrates. So that was, I think I scored off of the first kickoff and I scored off of his goal kickoff. So I've scored 2 kickoff goals in this match, and then I get my own little header to add to the meta that my opponent's been doing against me to go 3-2 up, basically turn this game around again within 10 minutes of going down 2-1. So a game which is literally out of control, going, spiraling score-wise. He gets through and takes a shot there in the 72nd minute. But the follow-through from the tackle from Van Dijk is what the ref gives a penalty for. So Shevchenko steps up, sends me the wrong way, and does equalise for my opponent here in the latter stages of the game, which is annoying because that one pushed it out to extra time, and I was holding on pretty well in that game, so that was frustrating. I nearly conceded a back post header to Ibra right there, but just watch the counter attack that we go on. Tevez plays it to Ibra, spots a great run and plays a fantastic ball over to Socrates, who's just about still got some energy. I see Neymar at the back post, but actually it's Tevez that arrives to score the goal in the 123rd minute. And that is one of those situations where I have just got to hold my hands up and just be like, wow, I got incredibly lucky to get a very, very late goal right there. I deserved it. Look at the stats and stuff at the end of the match, but it always feels cheesy when you get a win like that, or of course it feels awful when you get a loss like that, and that's happened every now and again to me. So yeah, that one went all the way to 123 minutes, but we come away with the win. Next match we go into then, guys, got 4 icons, a red Fabinho, a team of the year Marcelo, and of course Ibrahimovic, Frankie de Jong, some good players, a really nice team actually, and he runs it down wide with de Jong, plays it across to Crespo, knocks it back post with a little deft cross, and it's just like, okay, 2 minutes into this game, I had kickoff, and I've already been header meted against. So yeah, I mean, with the sort of players that he had, I could tell that he was probably going to try and cross the ball and stuff, but I didn't expect to concede one after 2 minutes. And I tell you what, that's a really nice goal. The La Croqueta and movement there from both Frankie de Jong and Ibrahimovic, I just couldn't quite defend against it, so fair play. That was a really nice goal from my opponent, and I find myself 2-0 down. Now, Arnautovic whips one into the box, and I am able to head it onto the bar with Socrates, but somehow it comes out and I get a second go at it, and we just sort of acrobatically volley that one into the back of the net. Some more nice skill moves and stuff by my opponent's Ibra, another good La Croqueta, and I mean, it gets a little bit jammy with how that goal goes in, coming back off the post and stuff, but to be fair, the amount of effort and work that went in from Zlatan there, he probably should have scored the goal himself. So I find myself 3-1 down, really struggling in this match, probably unlikely to come away with a win. Do pull another goal back just before half-time there with a finesse shot from Socrates. They still sort of work, but not super effective. But as you can see, I'm kind of getting dominated in this game. 3-2 down in the second half. I end up going 4-2 down in this one right here. 74 minutes on the clock. Red Dembele. I'm just like, well, that's me down and out then, isn't it? However, Arnautovic picks the ball up, plays it to Ibra. I see Socrates, and I go for another finesse shot. This time he hits it perfectly with the outside of his boot. And in the 80th minute, I score the goal. And then the keeper parries it out. Who's going to pick this one up? Kurzawa, who is left-footed. I know I can whip across back stick here to Arnautovic to get me a goal in the 89th or the 90th minute to make this one 4-4 and send it into extra time. Another very late goal for Lasty. It was a very even match apart from my opponent's dominant possession, but I get a corner 7 minutes in to extra time. I whip it in with Neymar, Zlatan's there, it flies in the back of the net, and we go from being 2 goals down with only 15 minutes to go to actually in the lead in extra time. But is that going to last long though? Because I give a penalty away. Yes, it is. I saved the penalty. And watch this. Eder Militao whips it straight up the pitch. A nice little nod on from Zlatan, or actually a touch on with his foot. Some nice one-touch pass in here. Neymar plays it through to Arnautovic. And that's a really nicely worked goal. Waiting for the right players to make the right runs. And it was just, no one really took a touch. It was just one-touch passing, and it made that goal look beautiful. And then that's a beautiful goal as well. I couldn't quite get in front of Zlatan, but my opponent sort of karate kicks it into the back of the net. A real nice goal, and it sort of left me a little bit nervous. So in the latter stages of the game, I thought, I'm just going to hold the ball and stuff. But then it literally gifted me an opportunity to play it straight into my substitute Aubameyang to reclaim that 2-goal lead, hold it out, and that was a 12-goal thriller. So I guess it's safe to say that we've all found our way of scoring goals again. It just took a few matches after the patch to sort of figure out what's what. Now, in terms of how to score goals after the patch, I do have two options for you, and I've got 2 little tips on how I've been scoring goals anyway, for those of you that are struggling. You'll see what I'm doing here, which is changing my formation a little bit, or changing the player's position, should I say. Arnautovic is now a wide cam, and Socrates will be my striker in game. And the reason for this is because when you do one of these LB crosses, it floats into the back post, and I always found that it was Neymar or Mbappe there. So if I stick one of them out wide, they can be the person that crosses it in, but I'm always aiming for either my striker or my other wide cam, that is Arnautovic, or Socrates the striker. So that's going to work out in our favour, I think. I could always switch them around so that, but Arnautovic is a little bit quicker, I think, and has probably slightly better passing, or very similar passing to Socrates. So I feel like Socrates should probably be the striker in that sense, but that's what I've been doing anyway, and it kind of has been working out well for us. So this guy kept pausing it after every single goal, and I don't really know why. I thought he was going to quit each time, and it took the 3-0 goal actually to make him decide that, I've had enough. And I actually got quite a nice message off him afterwards, so GG's, apologies for the 30-minute drumming there, but hey, sometimes that happens, right? I got lucky with a little bit of a deflection here and there, and the game went south just like that for my opponent. So we get up to 8 wins, and we're actually 8-2 right now, so that's really good. Like, I haven't really been there for a few weeks. I've normally been like 8-4 or 8-5 because my losses have been really racking up on the old patch. So as much as I'm struggling here to score and stuff, I have kind of figured out a way that works for me. And I mean, that's a nice finish there from Socrates. And the 2 ways that I would recommend you finish, and that's, you know, what the title of this video is about and stuff. If for those of you that are struggling, these LB crosses into the back post, they are one of the ways that you can be scoring goals now. They haven't been buffed or anything. They've been in the game the whole time, but because people were so dominant with the finesse shots, me included, no one really thought to cross it to the back post, especially with these LB crosses which sort of float in and let a tall player get above a defender. So that would be my first option, is to have a wide cam and a striker both be tall, and then you can cross it into them to try and score goals that way. Like right here, I get through with Neymar. Before, I would have lacroquetted that inside and hit a finesse shot far post. This time, I just whip it to the back post. Arnautovic is there, heads it home. So that is how I would highly recommend you take your opportunities to score. It's frustrating when you concede a lot of them, and it does seem a bit cheesy when you score a lot of them, but you can also work chances in this game now. And right there is the other option of how you can score in this game. Low driven shots. I feel like they're sort of back. One thing you'll notice in my videos now, since the patch, is that I'm not really timing anything. I feel like time shooting has almost gone out of the window and is kind of unnecessary at this point right now, because I feel like the window of hitting a yellow to a green is too small. It's so difficult to consistently hit green shots, and now yellow shots seem to just go wide or over or everything, so it's almost not worth it. Not timing your shots, but hitting low-driven shots across the goalkeeper, even near post sometimes, if you can work the space, seems to be a fantastic way to score the goals. Low-driven shots were always good, and I feel like they're on their way back. They were always good because it's so difficult for a goalkeeper to get down low, you know? So you have a bit more of a chance to score. At this point in time, those are the two ways that I would recommend that, you know, or how to score goals on FIFA 19 since the patch. Those would be the two options that I recommend to you. So I'm 1-0 up. I get an opportunity here. I literally just finesse it past the goalkeeper, goes in off the post, and at 2-0 after 17 minutes, my opponent, who had a nice team, decides to rage quit. And I'm like, all right, thank you. I will take that all the way to the bank. And that's a nice, easy win to push me up to 10. So we got to 10-2, which I definitely haven't done for a while now. That's awesome, you know. Next opponent, I feel like kind of understands that crossing is the meta. Two very quick players out on the wings. Khedira, Milinkovic-Savic, and Ronaldo. Obviously, this is going to be a tough one, especially if he does know about aerial balls and stuff. And just playing against Ronaldo anyway is always difficult. Ronaldo 1-2s it with Cuadrado right there. I tackle him, but it sort of goes back to him. He gets the ball, turns my defender, and powers it into the top of the net. Before, you probably would have seen a finesse shot into the other corner, and that would have worked. But now the power shots are almost back in the game as well. And what a ball that is through to Neymar, and I hit the low-driven shot. Socrates working brilliantly there to just wait and play that perfect ball through to his Brazilian teammate, and we were able to get an equaliser against this strong team. Now 86 minutes are on the clock right now. My substitute Ibra heads it out wide to Socrates, who whips it in to Aubameyang. Doesn't quite work. I flick it back with Mbappe. LB cross into the box. It goes to Socrates, and I get so lucky with that header. I don't know, one, how I beat whoever the defender was to the ball, and two, it just looped past the goalkeeper, and I feel like he probably should have got there. So I felt bad, but we did get a very, very late winner in this match to get a 2-1 win, and that was tough. My opponent had me on possession and pass accuracy all game. He was so good on the ball. I very much struggled, but that takes us up to 11 wins, which I'm very happy about. Now, I know it's Monday, but these were recorded on Sunday, so, you know, what that leaves us is a day to play some more FUT Champs. Now, depending on how the rest of my games go, I'll either go up to 14, or I'm trying to aim for maybe 17 this week, but again, I don't know how. If it gets super stressful and stuff, I'll just bow out at 14, because a lot of the time it's not quite worth it. Next game I go into is an absolute super squad. He's got some very good players. The first goal he scores is a little bit meh. I feel like maybe if I'd have known better, I could have maybe tried to clear it better or mark certain players and stuff. But we go 1-0 down. He's got like Ronaldo, and to be fair, one of the best goals that we've seen scored against us. That was a great goal. As Ronaldo brought that ball in, he flicked it up on the turn and volleys it in against my goalkeeper. And I've got to say, brilliant goal from my opponent. What I would notice is that I feel like his defence is sat back so very far. So I feel like he's either on a very high depth or on drop back as a defensive style, which means I find it really difficult to play against it. I did get one goal back there with Mbappe, but right at the end he is able to stick a nail in the coffin there by sticking in the back of the net with Ibra to make it 3-1. I thought I might have just about got back into that match, but genuinely he was a better opponent. He did have a better team, and ultimately he comes away with the win. So I said to myself during that session, I'll play until I lose, and so I'm up to 14 matches played with 11 wins. So we're 11-3 right now. I'm happy with that. I actually am. 12 goals, 6 assists in 14 games for Arnautovic. And then Socrates is on 18 goals and 5 assists in 18 games. I'm starting to actually quite like him now. And then, of course, Neymar and Mbappe and stuff are all doing the business too. Mbappe's scoring less goals than ever, but obviously getting lots of assists now that he is my dominant, like, crosser of the ball. So that's kind of working out for us too. So that is going to end things up for this episode. Guys, if you have enjoyed, do me a favour. thumbs up the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. If we can get anywhere near 2,000 likes, that would be absolutely awesome. I do have that giveaway tweet going on over on Twitter if you want to come follow me over there. And, of course, I'm going to be doing an Elgato giveaway for a green screen this month. So I'll set that up soon for you guys as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on social media. Have a great day, most importantly, guys. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.